Welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we got
Kyle McIntyre.
Kyle McIntyre.
Oh, yeah. I'm got my freaking hair, dude. There we go.
I know, mine,
Beautiful.
like I washed it and it's like all puffed up. It looks like it's all curly. I think my hair is kind of curly.
I still haven't gone in to get, the redo haircut.
Get the mullet
on
more
the do.
sculpted.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I want to do that anymore. Maybe I don't.
The mole dog.
Yeah. Maybe just a little higher and tighter, but not like off the top. I don't know what I want.
Yeah.
I need to talk to a real mullet expert.
Yeah.
I'm like, excuse me, do you have a mullet expert on staff today?
Yeah, you need to get
Oh, he's booked out 40 weeks.
Yeah, you got to
Next
get
year is when you're
a skullet going.
No, dude. I don't even know what my skull looks like under there.
Yeah.
It's probably like, have you seen those people that get their hair cut and it's like they have like, looks like their brain is on the outside of their freaking skull?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have that.
Yeah. You're like, it just looks shitty. You're like,
Wow, cool. My head looks bigger somehow.
You're like,
with
cool.
less hair.
Good thing I had those Bass Pro Shop hats until this shit grows back.
Hide this shit.
All right, Kyle, what's new? What's grooving? What's good in your world?
Well, I got a new video game.
Oh, okay.
A new old game, actually.
New old stock?
Yeah.
Mario Brothers 3 or something like that?
Yeah, it's not like, I downloaded it, so it's not like it was like on a shelf. They had to like blow the dust off.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything like that. But it's an old game. But I follow this guy on kind of like you. You watch some, content on YouTube, and you come across people that play games and stuff. I'm like, okay, well, he was playing this game. It's Mad Max game.
Yeah.
So it's like an open world Mad Max game. And it looked pretty good. Like the graphics were great and stuff he's playing. And I looked it up. I'm like, shit, this thing came out in 2015. It's pretty old.
Yeah. It's like, 7 years.
Like,
that's a whole.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 7 or 8 years old. I'm like, fucking
PS4,
hell.
maybe PS3.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, well, he was playing it and like, it's really cool because it's open world. It's Mad Max. So it's like, that apocalyptic look. It's a different storyline. So it's not like you're playing like a movie, You're like, oh,
My life's a fucking movie.
Yeah. You're not like, oh, I know this sequence. Like what game, what was it? Like, I remember the Bugs Life game.
Yeah.
Well, you're just playing the friggin', it's a side scroller game. There's not much of a story.
Yeah.
But it's the same story that you're playing.
Well,
it's not like
they
a new adventure.
Stopped that shit. Where it used to be like movies would come out and then they would have games just like shoved out. I'm like, okay, just make one. Some of them were okay. Like the Spider-Man ones were definitely hit and miss. I think Spider-Man...
Save Mary Jane.
Spider-Man 2 was pretty good with... it was based off the Tobey Maguire ones. And then they did like Amazing Spider-Man based off the,
Garfield
ones, which I didn't mind. They were actually...
I like those. Actually, I started watching... I finished watching. That... Was it the first one that he did? Mm-hmm. The first Amazing Spider-Man?
Lizard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it's actually really fucking good.
Yeah.
He plays like even though he's a man, he plays like a teenager better than like you look at Tobey Maguire, who was like almost 40 when they're even older. Yeah. We had to look that up. Jamie, look that up. How old was Toby Keith when he started?
He was good up there for sure.
Damn, because I remember seeing him in like years later, but seeing Fear and Loathing, and he's like in the opening scene.
Yeah.
And that came out like in 96, and he looked like an old man in that. Because they make him, he's balding. Like he's got like a
Did you watch
stringy bald hair.
Newest Spider-Man No Way Home?
No. There's two of those I have not seen.
Spider-Man Ain't Got No Home?
Yeah. Fuck. It's so annoying.
You get the bootleg DVD one. Like, God damn, I got the wrong one.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen this one. And it's in Spanish.
Fuck. Well, not that you have to, but if you watch all of them and then watch that one, it'll kind of pay off a little, like, bunch of fan service, pretty much.
Yeah. It's like fan written movie, basically. They just add all the...
Everybody just watch it. Yes. Woo.
Yes, feel-good movie is my favorite.
hell yes, this is awesome. This shit rocks.
So, anyways, new game.
Okay,
playing it. Open world. I'll explain it. I'll explain the plot too. Because Fenslaw loves it.
So it's like apocalyptic, and a lot of stuff happens. And it's pretty cool, but then some shit, other shit happens, and that's not cool. But it's fun. I like it when they don't do a bad job.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Like, holy shit! Did you read my script?
My script, yeah. Those are my lines.
You forgot a couple ums, but yeah, it's pretty good. You got a future in radio,
so,
Brian.
All right. Well, let me do a little adjustment, get a little more comfortable here. Hold on, fuck, come on. All right, god damn it. There we go. Okay. All right, sorry.
Gator frameworks more like Gator shit works.
All right, so it is a post-apocalyptic world. Blah blah blah. Can't talk. You're driving around in a car, which is cool, like all the movies are. They're based around your vehicle.
Yeah.
So you get to upgrade your car, but it's also open world where you get out of the vehicle and you can run around too. So there are things to collect and beat people up and shoot people and use your harpoon to pull things down. So,
nice. So it's like GTA.
It's attached. Was it?
Like GTA.
Yeah, just like GTA, which is sick.
It's like
Breath of the Wild, in this this desolate landscape. But what's cool, it's like a little twist. Like you see the movies and they take place like on mainland Australia, or at least you think it does.
Yeah.
Right. But this takes place like, at least starting off, as if it was like the oceans are gone and you're on the seafloor.
Oh.
So there's like mountains there, there are submerged mountains and lighthouses and stuff and ships, and that's what people have made their homes out of. And so it's really cool. It's actually like done really, really, really well. And it's a game I would have never known if I hadn't watched Fooster, which is the guy's channel, and he does a lot of these games where he's like playing either with a friend, he's doing like multiplayer, and they play the game with or he does these kind of older games, not super old, I guess, or new games that people suggest, I should say.
Got it. Yeah.
New to him, and he plays them, and he does like an immersive kind of experience, like
kind of like
he doesn't go, oh, this game was made about. He just kind of plays it as if he was the character, and he the way he does his narration, and But
is it like
cool.
a review of the game, or is he kind of just gameplay?
Not really.
Footage?
He just plays it. He plays it as if I think he tries to do like 4 videos out of a game.
Okay.
Minimum. So he'll do. I mean, I guess it depends on the kind of game, because I've seen games where he does like 11 or 12 videos on it, but it's about and he does survival games a lot too. But there are storylines still in some of these survival games.
Yeah.
And they don't have like necessarily missions, but this one does. These have missions where, go steal this, go break this thing, go do this, go,
Is it?
But I do enjoy his content. He's from the UK.
Yeah.
And then he plays with a guy named Fisk, who's Scandinavian. Uh-huh. And so it's funny to hear the Scandinavian guy mispronounce words, and he doesn't really, it's fun to make fun of him. No, that's kind of, English isn't as I don't want to make fun of him because of that, but it's fun. They all laugh, and it's just it's good humor.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Because he mixes up his Swedish, I think, sometimes when he's talking, when it's a frantic situation. So it's what the hell did you just say? I don't know what you're talking about. But it's pretty damn good.
He's like PewDiePie using his favorite word.
Yeah, the bridge video. Why does everyone keep saying bridge?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, so, I don't really, I guess the videos that I do watch are more like reviews of games, or kind of, with some gameplay footage, but there's a little less than just watching a streamer play games, which is a super popular thing that people do.
I don't know why I get into it.
You ever watch Twitch?
I don't watch everyone, but I do watch certain games. I do watch certain streamers and do certain games. There's a game, let's see, it's called Poppy's Playtime or something, but it's like a horror game.
Okay.
It's bright colors, primary colors and everything, but it's fucking terrifying.
Really? Okay.
It's like you're in a toy factory, and the toys are alive and killing people. And so it's fucking nuts. And it's like, I thought there was only one chapter, I guess since it was called a chapter, but it had been forever since I'd seen the second one. I watched the second one and I went, oh my God, this is even crazier. Third one, holy shit. Third one's crazy. Is there going to be a fourth one? Well, there's a fourth one. Holy shit. Which I haven't seen yet, but.
And these are games you're watching, you're not playing, right?
Not playing, because I don't want to play horror games. That shit, I don't want to play that.
It's scary.
I don't like that. I do not like that. That's why he was playing this game. Well, he doesn't really play horror games. He plays like zombie games, which I still don't like.
Yeah.
But he play like I stopped watching his Mad Max game playthrough because I was like, well, no, I haven't. I don't want to learn what. I think I watched like 2 videos or maybe 3. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to buy this game. It's only like $20, which it being 7 years old, I thought it'd be a lot cheaper, but it's $7.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's $20.
Yeah, I'm sure
but it's great.
There would be a sale probably later on, but at a certain point, you're like, fuck it. Let's get it.
Yeah, when Steam does sales, they do pretty good sales. So
yeah.
I think it's around like November or December or something. They just dump everything.
Yeah.
Like, stock's going out, everyone. We're getting rid of the files. We're burning it all down.
And like, some game developers will just do it across like everything. Cause like there's a Nintendo like game or like on their eShop or whatever. I bought like I think I told you about that Sword Art Online game. Played like 10 minutes of it. It's like, I got to dedicate a lot more time into it. It was like $6 and now it's on, it's not on sale anymore. It's like $60. I'm like, holy shit. So it's like plugins. I'm like, yeah
exactly. We made up the price, but you're saving on our made up price. So
I don't know if we can sell a bunch of these this week. Fuck it. There's some weebs out there that like anime. Get them to buy this. They're just
maybe they'll buy our plugins too.
And then they're just gonna
same company
play the N64 games anyways.
Yeah.
So glad I got a Switch to play N64 games. Or even worse, playing SNES games. Like, you dumb fuck. Man, I'm so glad I bought a Switch.
We got them. That way we found how to make money off these fucking assholes. They bought a game back in the fucking 90s.
Well,
but we got them again.
Yeah, it's like
every console you have to buy it again.
Well, in like kind of I listened to that. I told you that gaming podcast, and he's got like opinions on what Nintendo should do, because as like a podcaster, you're like, this is what this company should do to really make they'll be just printing money.
Yeah.
As if like they have the NES, SNES, Genesis, and N64 like online, games included. If they did a Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, they would just charge another $5 a year, and then people would just jump onto that service just to play like old Pokemon or old whatever Game Boy Advance games. And I'm like, it's funny. He prefaces that and be like, and I come up with all these like game plans of what this company should do. They're not gonna ever listen to me. I'm just one dude in his bedroom. But I have a whole plan for Nintendo to just like, hey, turn it around. Really get after PlayStation and Xbox. Fix their fucking online so you're not just fucking
you
can't even chat.
Well, those online's so expensive. I mean, it's like $60, $50 a year.
Mm-hmm.
What I think is interesting is I haven't paid for my Xbox Live.
Yeah,
but I still use it. I haven't paid for it in like 2 years.
Yeah,
but I still use it on my PC to talk to people that are my friends still.
Yeah,
and they can see when I'm online playing a game, unless I tell it not to.
Yeah,
but I think it's interesting. It's like I'm still using like the online, like, I guess, services, but I'm not using Xbox online, which it's like, is that a scam or not? Well, it's got to be. They're not providing a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not paying, you're already having to pay for the internet.
Yeah.
Your internet access, and then you got to pay for that service. But what are they doing? They're not getting rid of cheaters and shit.
Yeah.
At least PC, whatever.
There's what is it? Oh, you can see her. Oh, there she is. The cat just chilling.
Can't see, just black.
Yep, she fades.
Just blends right.
Yeah, she fades into the background. There's this. I don't know. Like, I think Xbox. I don't know if it works. I think it does work for PC. It's called Game Pass. You can get it.
Yeah,
I think it's like $12 a month, but you get a bunch of games that you can just download and they're yours.
Okay.
So, but it's from Microsoft. So I think
So
they're going away from Xbox stuff to just Microsoft stuff, which is Game Pass, from what I heard. And the thing is, I get this all from my podcast I listen to, dude. But I meant to say, I need anybody who has a Switch, you got to add me as a friend. So far, I have 2 friends: Andrew Walsh and his wife. Because I sent Andrew my, gamer friend link or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, I need friends." He's like, "Okay, cool." It's like, me and Ashley added you. I'm like, "Cool, that means I have 2 friends now." And he's like, yes. Jesus Christ. Anyways, but yeah, so you're playing the game. That's cool.
Playing the game, it's great. It's fun. Yeah, I like those types of open world games a lot. So if it's, I guess I've done some more. And you're probably not gonna believe this, but I had shit sitting out on my. Well, you would believe this, but shit sitting from out on my in my carport still from when I moved things because I just didn't have anywhere for it to go. Yeah. So it was out of the rain, out of the sun. That's a perfect spot. Perfect spot. Yeah. So I finally, in like 103 degree heat. No, there's a break in the weather. I think it was like 100 degrees.
Feeling the heat.
So,
yeah.
So I moved the rest of that shit into my storage room, workshop. So now it's like completely packed in there. I gotta do some more organizing, and I have like a side, like a lean-to style building that's against that. I need to start organizing that now.
Could you get like another like just shed and just put shit in there?
I know.
Is that
or I just want, if I were to do a new shed, another shed, I would probably make that one also like better too with AC, with power, with and
insulation, and all that,
and then probably get rid of the old one eventually. So, but there's a shuffle that have to go around because I'd want probably in the same spot a newer shed that's bigger and that doesn't smell like cigarette smoke when you open it. Yeah, doesn't like if you lick the walls like it's not tar. It doesn't. Tastes like Newport.
I am so out of it. Like, how much would something like that cost? Like another separate building?
No idea. I have not done. I think for the one I would want, which would be like almost a 2-story style shed. No, I don't even. Some of those are like $14,000.
Oh, I was thinking
the ones at Home Depot.
30,000.
Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, it can't be too elaborate, you know. I guess it's got to match the house, the way the code goes around here. Yeah. So it's got to be.
Or could it be?
I don't know.
A garage, technically, but still like have like all the shit in it. See, I just get all these ideas. Like I just sit here in my fat ass watching like Andrew Masters and people like adding outbuildings. They're like people who are in like, oh, we bought this house and we added this on, or we turned the garage into this, and it's like soundproof and actually soundproof. It's like, oh, you shut the double doors and it's like, oh, you can play drums in this neighborhood and in the middle of the night, and it's kind of a garage. It's like, oh, we just park the cars outside, and they're not like
I definitely want music to have. I definitely want to have like somewhere to work on your cars inside, so that you can close the door and turn the AC on and work on something without like getting pissed off that it's too hot or that you don't know what the fuck you're doing or that you smashed your finger on something, but the heat tends to exacerbate that shit. For me, at least.
It just amplifies everything.
You're like, you're tired. You've been working for like 4 hours on the same stupid fucking piece of shit thing. Yeah. You've stood up, laid down at least 30 fucking times, and then the heat or the sun is on you. And you're just, for me, I'm a baby when it comes to that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like when I work with your dad, your dad's sitting in the garage. When I say working, I'm getting supervised.
Yeah.
By your dad. He's in the garage, reading something or doing something or bitching at me.
Downloading a virus on your computer.
Downloading fucking. Yes. And I'm under the car, standing up, laying down.
What's this? This the whole thing?
This thing I click, it says I win something if I if I download.
Look, we're lucky today. We're gonna win something.
This zip file that's downloading. What do I do with this?
.ru/virus.exe. Like,
I'm running it.
Sounds pretty good. I'm gonna do it.
It says execute. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a huge killer of of productivity, and so I want to do that. But there's some steps we have to do on the house first before we can start working on it. Because
that's like not priority.
Yeah.
So it's one, organizing the crap that you already have, which you could probably, now that it's there, you'd be like,
I could probably not live with this. Yeah.
You could probably sort it. You're like, we brought this all the way here to Texas.
Just to get rid of it. Yeah. No, but there are, so not to get into like the nitty gritty, but the outbuildings, so you can have you have two, but they can't exceed a certain square footage.
Yeah, I'm listening still.
No, you're fine. They can't be like 25% of the house, so they're limited by that. So like the house we're in is like 1,000 square feet, so they can only be 250 square feet.
Oh, but there can be.
But you have two of them, right? Okay. But what if we make the house bigger first? And bump it up to like 12 or 13, and then you can have a bigger outbuilding.
Yeah,
I'd only want one outbuilding. I don't need two.
Yeah,
just get a bigger one, then have it smart. Designed in a smart way. Like the ceiling in that thing, you saw it. It's like, this much above my head.
Yeah,
you're
like tall fella.
I'm like walking around like hitting my head on shit.
like you're a monster.
Yeah, just like yeah. Anyway, so it's we gotta do that kind of stuff, and so there's some. It's not super important, right?
Yeah.
But I do want to do a concrete pad out there. It's not on concrete, which is another thing. I think it's on piers. Yeah. Right? And so it's just dirt under there. So that's where the kittens are living. I saw a skunk the other day go under there. Cats chased it away. But I want a concrete.
Yeah.
I want to chase them out of their home.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I just don't. I asked that because I know drummer Brian, he bought a house recently. And
congratulations.
Yeah.
To him.
And yeah, I mean, he also had a baby boy, so congrats to him.
Congratulations.
But he's got these plans that he wants to, because he's got a pretty big yard and it's his house. So he's like, okay, the plan is to kind of level out some of the backyard and then put like a big like unit shed kind of thing that can be just his music and office, like, so he can get it out of the house.
Yeah.
Because he's going to have, I think he's got rooms in there that it's like, oh, he's kind of has a mock office right now, but it's like you can't play drums in the house, especially with family, baby, mother-in-law,
With a newborn.
Yeah. I think the plan is, each kid have their own room, but he's like, oh, I can take my shit out there and just be away from the play drums or make music and not just like bug the shit out of everybody, because people like, good song, man. You done mixing that yet? These all the games you got.
Yeah.
It's like you can soundproof as much as you want, and there's a difference between soundproof and like room treatment. You can't fucking you basically have to make a room within a room.
Yeah.
And do a lot to make that work. Anyway, so I think that's what he wants to do. And I'm like, okay. I always wonder, I'm like, how much is that going to cost? It sounds like it's pretty pricey.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't totaled it. I mean, today I was doing some really fun research and figuring out how I'm going to build my gate. And I was like, I was bent on having like a rolling gate.
Yeah.
But I'm like, the amount of engineering you have to get one. I don't have it's not on concrete.
Yeah.
So it'd be on dirt. So it'd be on wheels on the front, and it has to sit on a track.
Yeah.
I'm like, how ugly is that going to look? I'm like, with the way I was thinking, how much engineering goes into this? How much more money does that cost? What needs to be welded? All this shit. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just going to put like good old fashioned, like a gate, like a barn door style gate, not a rolling 16-foot gate.
You have a chain link right now or no?
No, I have wooden, like wooden panel.
Okay, yeah.
All the way across, up until the gate, and then there's nothing there.
Try to make it not be like a bitch. That's the goal.
A bitch.
I want to avoid this being a fucking bitch.
Yeah, and because what I'm trying to avoid is the last gates that were there were the fence was not good, so the fence was wobbly, but the gate had sagged and it was just dragging across the ground.
And then you had the fucking big bad wolf blew that thing down.
Yeah.
You made your fucking fence out of sticks. Of course he's gonna fucking blow that shit down.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and you don't yeah. Anyways, that's why I didn't metal into freaking concrete. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
There's many ways to build a fence, but they didn't do it correctly, or at least they skimped out on shit whenever they did it. Whatever. That guy's dead. That guy's dead now, so that's what you get.
Have some fucking respect, Kyle.
I know.
Jesus.
No, I do. I appreciate a lot of things that they did to this house, but a lot no.
Yeah. Well, you definitely sprucing up the place. You got your fucking
trying. Yeah, you work all damn day, put some money in your checkbook, and then you spend it all on a stupid fence. It's like, what's this fence do? It just stands there, prevents people from looking in.
Yeah. It's the joys of home ownership.
Yeah.
You're like, God damn it.
Sick.
This shit rocks. Let's go.
That's basically, I've been doing, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Park the El Camino in there, right? So that's the part that got enough space, cleaned up, got rid of all my work boxes that were in there too. And so it looks really good.
So you got it parked in the back, or you got it?
I got the El Camino parked into the carport. So,
okay.
So I had it sitting in the driveway. I need to mow, dude. I moved that thing, and there's like grass that's like freaking, like super freaking tall. So I went to mow the other day, and it was just it was like 104, 105. I'm like, man, I'm gonna pay for this shit. What am I doing out here?
You wouldn't just do all concrete slab in the back?
No, I don't think so.
Too ugly, I guess.
I think because like we want to have a garden back there. We want to have there's trees back there
and shit.
Yeah, but the thing about concrete in the summer is it takes in heat all damn day, and then it stays hot all night.
Yeah.
So like you fucking fry an egg still out there. Like, is the brisket ready?
Seeing those like
that's why
those videos where it's like, motherfucking, like, look how hot it is in Texas. It's totally fake. It's like they're frying a steak on a lodge cast iron. And it's like, it smells.
They put it on the fire and then put it on the.
It's totally how it's cut. It's like a TikTok video. It's like, how fucking hot it is in Texas, bro. And then they're like frying it out there. It's like, smells fucking good though. It's like they're
So. Yeah, I got some more stuff I gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
But I did some prepper shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we got some food storage going.
Okay.
I wanted to do it for a while, so
yeah.
Went down to good old Austin last weekend.
Was it like full of fucking, Pop-Tarts and fucking
yeah, Rice Krispie treats,
Crystal Lights and shit.
Yeah, no, just like basic food.
Yeah.
So
good joke. You have water, so you put Crystal Light in, and you're like, yeah.
Well, Johnny gave me these fruit by the foot before I left San Diego, so those are definitely going in.
No, what is it, like granola bars?
Oh yeah, like Chewy. It's the Quaker Oat Chewy bars.
Yeah, like, oh, these are good. Got Hidden Valleys in there, so you put just 2 in there. Like, this will be good, and then the rest.
This will be great.
This is gonna be lunch.
Yeah.
This is looking like.
You know what?
Lunch.
Actually, I'm pretty hungry right now.
Why am I prepping for later when now is of the essence? I gotta fucking. Yeah,
I'm starving.
I need something to sustain myself. You just start cooking all your cans of shit.
Open up. Yeah. So we got like some big number 10 cans. So they're like, I don't know, they're huge. They're like about that big around and that tall.
Hell yeah.
So we got.
Definitely not chodes.
No. These aren't tuna cans, dude.
Tuna can. We looked at what the Urban Dictionary, what a chode is. It's like when it can hit all the sides of the tuna can, but not the bottom.
A chode is someone who looks up chode on the Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, that was the best.
You're like, fuck.
God damn it.
Got me.
You got
anyways,
cans, yeah.
So got some prep, so we actually went to a organization that does that, basically. So they offer that service. They offer a lot of food prep, food emergency stuff, storage, I guess you can call it. And really cheap, actually.
Yeah.
A lot cheaper than we were looking online. For the amount of food that we got, it was like $1,800 online. We spent like under
$400.
$400. Under $400. So it was like $380.
That's good. Yeah, to kind of always have something in case of emergency or whatever.
Yeah.
And a couple years ago in the Austin area, there was like a winter.
This whole area. It was like all Texas.
All of Texas. He got hit with a blizzard or something. I don't know. Snow. Weather.
Hell opened up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it shut down. It shut down everything basically.
Hell was cold that day.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping for is like we have something for emergencies. And
you're not hoping for that situation, but you're hoping
to be. Dude, I'm fucking.
You're just like, yes, we're gonna hunker down here and then just like set up shop. Me, my woman, my cats. Yeah. Come and take it. Come and get it.
So yeah, we need some more stuff still. Like we need to have. Because the electric went down, right? Electrical grid, and that's all. Everything is powered here by electricity. So, need to figure out, what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
to cook the food too. You need to have like a gas grill or charcoal or something for backup.
Yeah.
In fact, our regular stove sucks. So
you're like, just for not, we need to not prep just for the future. We actually need to for the now. It's
for tomorrow. Yeah, it sucks. The stove we have is like it's from the original, or it looks original, but there's some burners that are just like they're not like they don't work.
Yeah,
like they don't kick on.
You're like, oh, that's where makes
you think like, where's that electricity going?
That's where you store the teapot. That just sits on that burner.
Yeah. Well, there's like one burner that it looks like it was exclusively used only, where it's like, it's glass, right? One. It's like a glass surface. It's like scratched up. Looks like someone took freaking 80 grit sandpaper to it. I'm like, Jesus Christ. You set things down. You're not like, what are you,
you got fucking,
what's that, Benihana? Are you a Benihana chef over here? Just chopping up onions
Jeff Rowley
and oil and
doing a dark slide on there with the grip tape, doing
exactly. So we don't use that burner. I think when we first like cleaned that oven, we're like, man, this thing's in rough shape. Like some of the burners wouldn't light up.
Yeah.
And like I remember turning on one of them and I heard like I'm like, shit, it's like 208 volts going to something. What's it doing? What is it doing? I'm like, I'm not using that one. Yep. Anyways.
Nice.
So that's my what's new. I'm sure you got something.
Yeah. Let's see. Update. Yeah,
I knew you were going to.
The truck, the Come Ford.
The saga continues.
White Lightning. Boys, we ride again. It's fixed. So,
nice.
Only took a day to fix it. It just, to the shop I take it to, they're so booked out it took happened on a Wednesday. Could only get it in on the Monday.
Yeah.
So it's turns out it was a fuel pump issue. That thing was toast. So they replaced that, and it wasn't too bad. And I'm like, well, you
it's
got
an original fuel pump. That's pretty good.
I'm sure I've changed it before.
Really?
I do have all like paperwork of repairs I've done to it, so I got to go through my records.
Bust it out right now
on the cast. So, yeah, I was happy that it wasn't too bad.
Yeah,
it was decent amount of money.
Bit of a steep bill, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, less than like a new car for sure. Everybody was just so sure about like
new.
Yes. What the fuck? That makes no fucking sense. And then people are saying like, "Oh, you're always fixing that thing." I'm like, "Okay, if I have to do like a repair or something on it maybe once a year, that is well under $1,000."
Yeah.
Or half that. And people are like, "Man, that's fucking
show me your ugly ass Ford Maverick. Let's look at that bitch."
Like,
that's a fucking ugly ass truck.
I think they're okay.
No.
A friend of mine, she got it, and I'm like, that's pretty cool.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh. I saw that. She's like, you should get a new car. You're like, no, she didn't say that. I'm just was in my head.
Yeah, but yeah, she got one. I think they're cool. I think Will got one too.
Will Lehue?
Yeah.
Well, like, shit, that's a cool car. That's a cool car, dude.
That's a pretty sweet car. I think a Ranger would be sick, but
yeah,
not at the moment. So, anyways, it's fine. It's like the fact that you
get a new
exactly. I'm like, you have to do any fucking repair, and people are like, man, that's like a monthly payment.
It's only the start of it. Like this thing's been, or like the start of it would have been like in 2008 if there was any problems with this thing.
It's almost 20 years old.
Yeah, give it a break.
By the way, and it's like, people are like, oh well, it's like think about all the money of the fixes that you do. I'm like, okay, yeah, about once a year, like I said, an under $500 fix.
Yeah.
A monthly payment would be $300 to $400.
Yeah.
Or maybe $250.
It's $400 to $500 of those and 12 of those a year.
Yeah.
So
and then a down payment, which I don't have, which I should, but I don't. As a grown ass man, like, what's your down payment? I don't know, $400.
Yeah, why do you want a new car? Come on, just get something that has air conditioning. Yeah,
and
you're good.
That thing has air conditioning. That's blowing cold. It's good still.
Every time I get in, you have the thing off.
Oh yeah, because why am I gonna waste it on
me?
You fucking 250 AC, 2 windows down, 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, you do drive like a grandpa.
Yeah,
hitting 80 in that thing.
Mm-hmm. 280, baby.
Stripping those gears.
Yeah, no, I need to change the CD. Like I have a tape deck in there that's dead. I want to put just like an
8-track in that thing.
Yeah. Put a radio in there that's for, I don't know, that I can just Bluetooth. Oh, man. So I can listen to my, racist cum podcast.
Your canceled podcast.
No, actually, Cumtown has switched to, Cumtown's over. It's done. It's
really?
Now the Adam Friedland show.
Oh, dang.
It's actually really good.
Oh, really?
It's just Nick Mullen and Adam Friedland talking about, like, them starting a show. It's been like 6 weeks of that.
Dang.
It's funny. It's pretty good. Anyways, but I'm like, okay, that's going to be an upgrade that I'm going to do to this bad boy. And then also I'm going to put window tint on that thing.
Hell yeah. That's like, like $250 worth. That's like half the value of the car.
Yeah, I think the car is worth less than $1,000 for sure.
It's like, okay, it's a quarter of the vehicle.
Well, yeah. When I was, because I'm like, okay, I might do new headlights, just brighter ones. Yeah. So I don't know. I got to talk to you about like what I got to do for that.
Just get a unit. Just get like replacements.
Yeah,
whole thing.
And then I want to like, dark tint on the back windows, just like limo black. And then the ones, up at the front.
I got a guy for you.
Do like, I don't know, Whatever the lightest or the darkest I can get, that's legal.
Nothing's legal.
Really? Nothing?
You can't have any, not in California, no.
Really?
Dude, I was running dark. I mean, whatever his classification, this guy. There's limo, dark, medium, and light is basically what this guy had on his truck. And I didn't want limo for any of the windows. I went with dark on the back windows and then medium on the front windows.
Yeah.
So
probably
technically they're not going to pull you over for it.
Yeah.
This is how it works, at least California. Unless you're doing something wrong, then they're going to add that on as something that, because they're not going to be like, oh, we got some dark tint, unless, you're suspicious, like, running over people.
Do you have it on the front too?
The front window?
Yeah, windshield.
You can do it.
Like,
yeah,
do you have
can do it. But I wouldn't do it.
No,
because it's already, dude. When you're driving those at night, it feels like you're in a fucking cave.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm like thinking. Maybe at the front ones, just do lights.
See that meme? That meme. It's like what parents think when you turn on the dome light in the car when you're driving. Like, I can't see. It's kind of like, imagine having dark windows and having that happen.
Well, because
it is
the only reason I really want them for the back, like, because I have the crew cab.
It's you have the. You don't have crew cab. I think you have the extra cab or something.
Okay, extra, whatever it is, just for
whatever Ford's version. You don't have the all four doors individual. You have the suicide doors.
If you were sitting back there, you're like, this is a shitty experience. Whatever that is.
Ford makes shitty trucks.
It's like bench seat. But I use that for like if I'm bringing gear or whatever to a show. I can usually fit everything in there because my whole back of my truck's just filled with garbage.
Yeah.
It's like all my bottles and cans. And so I barely ever use that for gear for a show, but I can fit everything inside the cab. But say if I were to, which I try and never leave anything in the car, but if I were to like stop somewhere, if I had to go get gas or whatever, I hate leaving shit in that you can just see because I have the clear ass windows. So
yeah.
I usually cover it with like a black sheet, so it just looks like garbage.
Yeah.
More garbage in
my car. It is
car.
garbage.
Luckily, I always have like cans and like maybe like a takeout bag that I just throw on top of it. So somebody looks and like, if they peered in there, it's like, yeah, what is that? A fucking body covered in garbage?
Call the cops.
They're like, yeah. He tapes $20 to my truck. I'm like, fix your life, you broke bitch.
You have the super cab.
That's not super at all.
But for that year model, they call it the super cab.
Yeah.
But so then if you had all four doors, like individual
you got a
four
picture?
doors.
Why don't you pull that up, Jamie?
Hold on. I'm just literally looking at.
Yeah.
Maybe it's extended cab. I don't know. I see different references here. This isn't good for podcast.
Yeah.
But here, let's see here. Share. Skip the porn. All right. Cool. All right. So let's see here where I see it.
Yeah.
So this is with individual four doors. This is a different year model, but they call it the Super Crew. Here's another version, Super Crew.
Okay, that's Super Crew. Yeah.
And this one extended. I saw somewhere else where it was saying.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. See, this they call the Super Cab. That's what you have.
Yeah. Okay, that's what it is. So I got the
Super Cab. Here, I'm confused because there's a regular cab, but there's also a single cab.
Well, that's the one that doesn't have the back.
Regular. Oh, geez, look at this thing.
Does not fit. Okay, so
this is
okay, I got the super cab.
All right.
Anyways,
you got the super cab with the super bed. All right, let's stop.
Great. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyways,
don't look at my search history.
Yeah. Anyways, so
Kyle, why were you looking at that in incognito? Shut up.
The truck it rides again. So I'm
nice.
Happy with that. It wasn't too
fuel
much fuel pump issue. So
that's what I was saying.
That's what my tow truck driver said.
Nice.
Like the second guy who was gonna tow it to the shop. He's like, so you got. This is not the first time. He's like, you got gas in it? And I'm like, how fucking stupid do you think I am? And he's like,
he looks you up and down. You really want to know?
He's like, yeah. So he like, do you have gas in it? I'm like, yes, I got a half fucking tank.
Ain't got no gas in it.
I don't know what the problem is. Ain't got no gas in it. So he's like, I'm like, well, I told him the problem. He's like, pop the hood open. And he's like, all right, let's start it. Try and start it. And he's like, shuts the hood. He's like, yep, it's got gas. He's like, it's not a battery issue.
Because you can smell it.
Yeah. And then so he shuts it. He's like, it's got to be fuel pump. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's like, well, how much do you think it's going to cost? He's like, yeah, pre-COVID, would have been way cheaper. It's probably going to be double
like
that now.
Yeah, like, it'd be like $200.
And he was right. It's just like double that after COVID. But, hey, it's a hell of a job to do that. You got to take the whole fucking tank off.
But, because on newer cars, this is what I was saying. It's either fuel sending unit or it's a fuel pump, but on newer cars are the same thing because it sits inside. It's like a sump pump where it sits inside, which doesn't make sense to me, and it sends the fuel forward. But on older cars, they have the fuel pump on the block.
Yeah.
So, and then in other cars, they have a fuel pump that sits on like the frame of the car.
Yeah.
And it pulls and then pushes pulls it out of the tank and pushes it into your carb or into your fuel injectors. But yours has a sending unit which sits inside the tank, and I don't know why they do that because sometimes you have to drop the tank to change it out.
Yeah.
Or like in sedans, it's underneath like the passenger seats. Yeah. Like that's cool. That sounds like a great idea.
It's a real fucking pain in my ass.
Yeah, you're sever a wire down there. I don't know. It's stupid. But anyways.
So another part of my what's new, I guess more music related. So kind of inspiration from the last podcast that we did of like gear goals or whatever, making it easier for me to record or do more with my, gear that I have right now.
Yeah.
A super easy fix swap of cables. So I basically put this mic, which is SM7B, has always been plugged into my interface here, so we can just get to record and get to podcast and get to using it for singing, whatever. But on channel, it's always been in channel 1 on my Apollo. And I talked about it last time. I'm like, oh, I should move it to channel 2 because that way I can utilize channel 1 as my guitar instrument recording and always have vocals going on channel 2. So, big brain thing here. And I'm like, let me test this before we do the podcast. And I saw Zoom was getting my channel 2 from the SM7B, and I'm like, cool, that works. And then so I can now have instruments always going to channel 1. So there's the high Z 1/4 inch input on the front of the interface. So I can just, when I plug in the instrument there, it will go to that input because it knows like you intentionally plugged that guitar in. Let's use that guitar input. And then I just have like a preset made for the Marshall that comes with the UAD. And yeah, I can get, ideas down. And we were even testing it. And I'm like, I can record and have guitar playing over Zoom if we wanted it. which I'm like, why? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
If we ever wanted to do demos or whatever, like pedal demos, just like live on the air, just testing something out, could do that.
Yeah.
And then just like I don't even have to turn on my Fractal. I have a bass plugin from Ampeg that is in the UAD.
Oh, it's in the UAD?
Yeah, it's in that.
Files are in the computer?
Yeah. It's in there. So I was sending you my Marshall signal, and you were hearing it. Instead of like you were sending me, because you plugged into your interface, you were sending me just DI.
DI, no amp,
Because you can't send me your amp signal that you're hearing.
No.
Over Zoom, I can only hear your guitar input because that's what you're giving Focusrite. And so with this, I'm essentially adding that internally to my channel. It's cool. I'm like, it was one little swap, and then in the UAD like mixer. I just had to copy settings for the vocals, and I'm like,
well, yeah.
Damn.
I think if we were to do that, if we were to do that and bore people to death, probably get like an amp sim just to plug into.
Yeah, or like something like an outboard piece of gear for you to use.
Yeah.
So it was, pretty, I'm like, it's super easy fix that I'm like, all right, that is going to make it so much easier for me to record demos, record, ideas just on my own, because I don't even have to, plug in the Fractal. I don't have to turn the fucking thing on. I say fucking thing. I love that thing. The Fractal's awesome. I'm not going to be like, this piece of shit, I fucking hate. The Fractal's awesome. But, the Marshall in the UAD is pretty good, and especially just for ideas. I'm totally down to use that, and the Ampeg plugin that comes with it is pretty fucking good for bass.
Isn't that free ideas. One that I have?
No, it's the UAD one.
Okay.
Which is comparable because it's a VR thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's fine, and it's great because I just plug directly into this thing. I don't even need to run another cable, back behind it and shit like that. And I'm like, I just plug into the front of the interface, which is right there.
Money.
It's good. Yeah. So that was for me a big win this week. And I'm like, just trying to get obstacles out of the way to record and do any music. Which, did I do any of that? No. So,
but you're set up now.
Now I'm ready to excuses. Do it. So, which I'm sure I'll find some because Breath of the Wild is rad. That game is fucking sick. Anyway, so that's what's new. So a positive week, I'd say, for both of us. We got things going. We're, getting after it, I would say. So look,
as they say,
quick. I don't know. Maybe could be, but just a riff topic here. So it's kind of like discuss. Do you ever see people like, maybe something controversial? Thoughts? Anybody? Does anybody else? DAE. It's like Boss versus MXR. It's been a couple years since I don't know, you were definitely big into buying a bunch of Boss pedals, buying a bunch of MXR pedals. I think you definitely moved on to like buying Walrus pedals and shit like that. Not that you're not,
but I dabble still. Yeah. Okay. Never forget my roots.
Yeah, definitely. Like recently you bought that MXR Tremolo.
Yeah.
So, great pedal.
This one, if you guys are wondering, it happens to be this one.
Yeah. Killer. So, I kind of wanted to, just a quick topic of like, I don't know, who, maybe not like even that, but I'm like, who's your favorite, Boss or MXR?
Who wins?
Boss or MXR? Who makes the best pedals? Who's your favorite? Whatever. Can you...
With, not a scientific method, of applying, who's the best.
Yeah.
Or who wins. I would say...
Because there's no losers here, really.
We're all winners when they compete, It's a free market, capitalistic society.
It is, actually, because people like... Yeah. I heard that same statement, like I said, on that video game podcast I listened to. It's like, when, PlayStation and Xbox compete, we're all the winners. And he's like saying it in earnest. I'm like, okay, that does make sense. Because like, and then Nintendo's just fucking off on their own there.
Yeah, they're like the kid in the corner.
Yeah. But like they're doing a good job. But when these two powerhouses, like, of the console wars, like are competing, it's like
it's the trickle down effect for Nintendo,
Nintendo's just like, I don't know,
we're
still
up the scraps.
720p. That's good, right?
It's considered high def,
20 frames per second. We're good.
barely.
Dial up internet.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah.
Dial up. All right, so there's things I like about both brands, right? I mean, Boss has so many great pedals that they've been making for a long time, But they also don't have like any real new innovative pedals, I don't think. Right?
Yeah, I would say.
And not to say that MXR has innovations. Like
I guess the difference, and I would disagree with you on that one.
Okay.
Boss is definitely more further forward of their tech. So think of like the DD 500, MD 500, RV 500. Those big.
I'm thinking of like
ones.
their other lines, but yeah.
Okay, I guess, but those are still stomp boxes because you can stomp on them.
You're right. They have their technology, their processing in those little tiny boxes. Yes.
Okay,
they have a lot going on.
We're thinking like just the classic Boss style. Yes. Okay, you're right.
We don't have to because it's you're right. It's part of the company, right?
And it's
I'd
still
say
the guitar
Boss
shit.
has a bigger reach because they make amps. They make everything.
Yeah.
I think except for guitars. I mean, whatever. But they make just about everything you need.
Yeah, and if we're only
you have a whole floor unit if you wanted it. You know,
if we're only sticking to Boss, not Roland. But yeah, just the. And I was gonna say like they have like a Helix, Axe Effects kind of thing, which I think is okay.
Whatever.
Like, I think it kind of is just like everybody's like, this thing's pretty cool. It's cool, right? Come on. And everybody's like, yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's okay. And then somebody's like, it was on. was an older guitar nerds, and they're like, oh man, I don't know, fuck it, it's out there. It was Matt Knight was because he works for Boss. He's like, and even like we're bigger players are playing the MD 500 or whatever the hell that thing is, or the GE 500. The bigger floor unit. It's like even Alice Cooper's guitarist Nita Strauss. She was playing that. She's touring with it because she did a Premier Guitar where she was touring with it. And then I think it was Mark Packham when he was on. It's like, yeah, she played WrestleMania or something, like some WWE thing, and she was playing a solo for that thing. It's not a good. It sounded like shit. The thing was not good. He's like, that wasn't a good representation of what Boss can do. Not that her playing was bad, but the tone sounded like, yeah, you'd be better off just playing a fucking Metal Zone into a Line 6 Helix or Line 6 Spider there. It sounded like shit. And I'm like,
well, I guess if you're comparing, go ahead. If you're comparing companies, they're not the same.
If we're doing like a brass tacks here, stomp box, just stomp box to stomp box. How about that?
Yeah, so with Boss, I feel like they're in a loop. They're just like they're in this like not death spiral.
Well, in the past couple of years,
yes,
I would agree. They're kind of
recently
maybe releasing just older shit that they're like.
Well, and it's like they're skimming like Reddit to see what guitarists want. They're like, oh, well, we got to see what's hot today. We're not making that. Oh, we're not making that. All right.
Somebody's job.
People are asking for this, but let's not make it for 4 years and then make it, and then no one will buy it because they already bought all the clones
social media and
that everyone made.
Yeah. Which a big example of that is the HM2 Wazacraft.
Waza.
Which came out last year or something?
Yeah, something like that.
I kind of want one.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm sure it sounds like shit, but I'm like, everybody's like, the Swedish metal tone, everything all the way up. I'm like, cool. I kind of still want it.
Sweden's really good for, like just Volvos, That's really the only thing they're good at making. Not even cars. You can't say cars in general because Saab, they don't even make, Saab's gone.
Yeah.
Volvos, dude.
Real
not
Saab story.
Swedish metal.
That one, yeah. Woo. But, HM2W, they made that because people were asking for it.
Yeah.
And you were asking for it.
You're asking.
And which is an older from the 80s, like tech. And then they kind of just like, tweaked it up a little bit. And then it's like put a new, new version of that out. And people are like, yes, woo. Anyways.
Well, I do like that they're like...
Nobody fucking bought it.
Yeah. The Wazas are like, Japanese made, right? Assuming, right?
I think most of them, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, but and then they did that Tone Bender.
Yeah,
which was like
the TB2W.
Yeah, which was like a limited edition kind of thing. And then they did the RE2, which I think is fucking sick. But it's kind of like they have, the RE20 that was out years ago. They're kind of like, okay, let's punch up the script here. And I love that. I think that's really cool.
Well, don't they have the RE200 now too?
Or whatever
the 201. They released them at like the same time.
Yeah, the bigger boy, which I think is also fucking sick.
It's the RE202. Sorry.
Yeah, it's RE2.
And then they have RE20, but they already had. Was it the? No, the RE2
is the smaller one.
It's confusing as shit. Because there's also the RE201, which is like the big frickin'
the tape unit,
desk unit.
Actual tape unit, yeah.
Yeah. And then RE202. Damn, dude. And then there's even... It's so annoying.
But anyways. So, like... Yeah, so they have that. That, I think, is one of the coolest things that came out this year. Just the RE2. And I want to buy that. So, Boss has... I guess not... they also came with the SY1 in the past couple of years.
Which is kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, which I think is pretty sick, and which I think that there's a lot of tech going into that little guy.
Yeah.
So, but what has come out in the past couple of years with MXR, it's not as exciting, I guess, because there's a lot of drive.
Yeah.
So they did the... Green Day Drive, which is the Dookie, which, after that year.
Well, they released it like 3 different times, too.
Well, after the year of licensing went out, they,
FOD.
It's the FOD. So it's the same fucking thing, but it's just no Green Day on there. So they can be like, hey, we're still it's our pedal. So,
yeah.
And then they did the Fat Sugar, which is like a bigger, Sugar Drive.
It's my old nickname, by the way.
Fat Sugar.
Hey, Fat Sugar.
Yeah. And then, what's it? They did the Timmy, which is like it's small mini Timmy. I'm like, damn, that's fucking cool. You have one of those, right?
No, I have the Sugar. I need to get Timmy.
Oh, you get one of those.
Oh, and then reference the wall here.
You're like, well, what do I actually own?
I got it. Wow.
Oh,
no,
shit.
I don't
I forgot I had it.
Shit.
Oh,
shit. I did it again. No, I think that they do a good job. Well, we can still keep listing off the ones they made.
The newest one, I guess, that's going to come out is the Duke of Tone, which is like the Prince of Tone from, the fuck is that company?
Analog
Man. Yeah. So I think that's rad that they're putting out, collaborating with like, with the Timmy and like the Duke of Tone.
Yeah.
Like, that's a
Duke of Tone,
which is like they're putting out like these boutique pedals in like a smaller form factor, which is like, hey, let's do something a little different instead of just like, putting out a Prince of Tone with an MXR labels snapped on it. They're like, let's do a mini version of that. Fuck it. And then, and to me, I'm like, as a person who likes MXR and mini pedals, I'm like, oh fuck, oh shit.
Well, I think MXR I think they dive more into like artists and builders, which is kind of cool. You don't really see that with Boss at all. Boss is doing its own thing.
Yeah. I don't think there's any artist pedals.
Not that I know of.
Or signature pedals with Boss.
Yeah. Not that I know of.
Yeah. I'm trying thinking, I'm like, I don't think so. And
they did work with JHS.
Yeah, which is that weird ass fucking pedal.
Yeah.
Which is the Angry Driver. What the fuck? That still came out of nowhere and nobody talks about it. I see it on no boards. I do want to try one. I've never tried one. But it's like Boss collabing with JHS. I'm like, why? What?
Yeah.
Who? Like, why him? Why
that Tone Bender? I'm guessing that Tone Bender was a collab too.
Yeah. I think it was like... It was like with the original fucking circuit or something like that.
I have no idea who.
Super limited.
We probably should have done more research on it, but
I don't care that much because they're not around anymore. And then it's like super limited and like, oh, I bought this and I'm gonna flip it for fucking $12 million.
Yeah. All right, Chase Bliss assholes. All right.
Yeah.
So, but But maybe MXR should back it up a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they have a pedal called the Raw Dog, which is supposed to be, what's his name? Eric
Gales, isn't it?
Yeah, Eric Gale.
I have no idea who that guy is, but I love
exactly.
the idea of that pedal because I think it's like a rat, and it's just like has a picture of a pit bull on it and the name Raw Dog.
Raw Dog.
How did MXR be
dog.
like, yeah, fucking, let's go with that? Well, I guess they put out the Dookie pedal, which has a shit all over it.
Yeah.
Like pictures of Dookie. Which I'm like, this is one of my, throw a pit bull and throw like a, I don't know, a bear, just like, it's like no condom wearing, just busting joke on there. And it's like, that's exactly what that is. They'd be like, unless they're so out of touch at MXR's like, love the idea. It's a dog. People love animals.
And this is a raw pedal.
It's very raw and unabridged. Like, really a perfect name. Actually, I don't know why nobody's named their pedal that.
Yeah.
This is the Wiener Schnitzel pedal or whatever.
All right. Okay. So, what is the verdict? I guess who's better? Who's the best? I guess in general terms.
I don't know. I like them both for sure. So
yeah,
and like they're both rad companies. And make good pedals.
They both make very good products. I mean, MXR's customer service, at least, was it 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Maybe not that long ago that you had to use was great.
Yeah.
You got a pedal back and it worked the first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unlike some other manufacturers.
So
I guess you had a complicated.
Line 6 sucks dick.
Yeah.
And that's really the only other one.
That you know of.
Yeah, that I've had to deal with. And
yeah.
But if I would say, I would think about it in what could I have a complete like board of?
With the like fewest amount of things or what?
Yeah. Think of like MXR Nano sized board or Nano Plus or whatever. So like under 5 pedals or 5 or under. You can get that with Boss.
Yeah. MXR doesn't have a fucking tuner, so we're out.
Yeah, you can just get a tuner or whatever, or get a Dunlop Mini volume, and then have a Schnobel tone over there, mod it.
Yeah,
I think that still fits. It's still under the, MXR Boss or MXR Dunlop brand. If you want to really push it, or just get a fucking tuner. Who cares? But
I think MXR Dunlop wins because they're able to sell pedals of an artist that never even use their pedals.
Yeah.
So they have signature pedals. Someone who never played their shit, but died a long time ago.
Which is the Jimi Hendrix pedals.
Yes. So they win.
Yeah.
But they were able to pull it off and no one's called them out on it.
Yeah. Sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves.
Yeah. In fact, that gives me an idea about the Tom Morello line.
Yeah.
No.
They have so many artist signature pedals.
Yeah, it's true. Slash, who doesn't use pedals, he's got a signature pedal. Actually, I don't know if he doesn't use pedals.
He probably use wah. I don't know.
Yeah, he probably has. Yeah, I should have never looked at
all the EVH pedals. You can get every fucking one from Dunlop and MXR and have a killer board.
Yes, that's the real reason why Dunlop wins, or MXR wins because they have EVH. They have the EVH line. Come on.
Mm-hmm. I think you can get a Blues Driver or TU2, TU3 or whatever, Blues Driver.
Yeah.
Maybe Phase or a PH2 or whatever. And then the RE2, little Space Echo in a box. And that could be your board. Be super solid. But the thing is, you can do maybe comparable minus the tuner with MXR. Still, have a good day. They both make cables, so You got that going for
Boss
you.
has yeah, I guess you're right. I have some. I guess I have Boss. Maybe the Roland cables.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, so they make cables, so you're good to go. I think I'm easily swayed, but I'm saying Boss, and then you're saying MXR.
Yeah, I would say MXR just because they're cheaper. I think in some ways. I mean, you don't have to super fancy pedals. Like Boss can get really fucking fancy.
Yeah, really.
But
yeah, really.
like MXR is like you get what you get. It's like we put a regular pedal enclosure. We took that regular pedal, we put it smaller. We made it minis.
Yeah.
MXR doesn't do minis. Sorry, Boss doesn't do minis.
That was I think you got me. See how easily I'm talking.
I'm back over, climbing back over the fence.
I'm a whisper and a whiskey away. I'm jumping into the MXR bed.
You could do literally all mini board from MXR.
Yeah, fuck. Whew. The fact that they do like 4 carbon copies,
and they have a new phaser.
Yeah,
the deep phase.
Deep phase. Yeah, it's a toss up for sure. I would say, but either way, so I don't know. I mean, let us know in the comments which one's your favorite. Are you Boss camp or MXR camp? Either way, it's 2-player swing. You can't.
There's so many other players in this game.
You can't lose. Anyways, let's get on out of here.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you for tuning in to the Tone Jerks podcast. If you like what you hear, you can follow along on social media. We have a Facebook group linked in the description. And then we have an Instagram page at the Tone Jerks, posting cool shit over there on the reg. And then we have a YouTube channel. Give us a sub, give us a dom over there. We're doing video podcasts over there. And then we're also doing studio tours. We're doing some demos of pedals.
Put the bell on. Subscribe.
Hit that bell. Hit that bell. All those are linked.
Tell us in the comments.
They're all linked in the description of the podcast. Also, along with our Patreon. So if you really like the show and you want to help support, you can do so on patreon.com/thetonejerks. And, for $1 a month, you get a shout out. But for $2 a month, if you double down, you get an extra episode every week. And then you get an RSS feed. You put that into your favorite podcatcher. You get, new episodes, bonus episodes. So it's not just like this podcast onto a different feed. It's a brand new one, behind the paywall, get a little rowdy back there. Get wild. Every Tuesday. And then you get all the back catalog of all the old shit. So, it's a good deal over there. There's over 200, I think we're closer to catching up to the main one here. Over 240 bonus podcasts over there on Patreon. And just for the support, we wanted to give you a huge shout out, a sizable acknowledgement. Kyle, you got a list over there?
You got it right here.
Why don't you give it to Baby?
It's not just a list, Brian. All right. It's a list of some of the coolest people in the whole world.
Some real ass.
Yeah, some real ass dogs. No, real ass jerks right here.
Right. Real ass jerk of the week. Let's go, doggy.
All right, we got Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove and the Second Button Podcast, which is a Seinfeld listen watch along that Brian does with Andrew. Abe Newman, Michael Newman, Nicholas Payson, Nicholas Ogburn, Doug King, Doug Chris from 37 Effects. He's doing podcasts with Joe, Will, and Tony. They're doing Masters of the Cinematic Universe. Just Surprise Me.
Texas Boggle State Champs.
Yeah, Texas State Boggle Champs.
Damn it, you're right.
Say it right. Say it right.
Yeah, I listen to them every Monday, and I'm like, State Boggle Texas Champs. I'm like, damn it.
The Texas Champs.
Texas Champs Boggle. They're like,
so these guys are just all in some big group podcast thing.
I think it's the Jism Network is what
there you go.
Yeah.
So Will Lehew's doing Energy Weapon, his side project, or his project, I should say. Tony DeGraw is in that group also.
Yep.
So we got RJ from Telly Talks. Mm-hmm. We got Jamie Davis, Johnny Ray, Steve Rao from 60 Cycle Hum, Kevin E. Quits from Quits Guitars, Co Schneider from Night Tides, Alvaro Viramontes, Brian Nutter of Nutter Guitars, Mel Chipson of Chipson Guitars, Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop, Sean Fahey from the band Shadowhounds, Sean Wright from Lollygagger Effects, Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects.
Your mic is covering just your mouth, so all I see is your beard and mustache moving. That's from Shadowhounds. It's pretty good.
Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects, Mike Oxbig,
just Hugh, your beard, but yeah,
Hugh G-Rection, Zach Hale, the leader of the boys, apparently.
Yeah, he's holding the reins.
The Big O.
Yeah.
The Slingers. The ankle. You got to tuck those things into your sock. These boys here.
There was this video, like some like fitness guy who was like saying like, going to like some gas station. I'm like, who is eating this shit? And it's like, you know, hot dogs on a roller.
Yeah, on the freaking hot dog dyno.
Yeah. And this is like this fatter guy. It's like he like comes in. It's like I think it was a TikTok or IG or whatever. He's like, I'm the fat motherfucker that's eating that shit because I think it's good. And the way he's talking and kind of shaking or whatever, he's got a really long ass beard, but it's flowing and it looks really good. And somebody says like, man, if that fucker eats that shit and has a beard like that, I'm going to eat one of those every fucking day. Like, if you can have a beard like that, and that's what comes from it, eating gas station hot dogs.
Nasty fucking, yeah.
Sign me up. Looks like it's like he has Fabio for his beard. He's like, I'm fucking eating that shit every day. And it's like, and so it's cutting in another dude. He's got a patchy ass fucking beard like mine. It's like, man, you eat gas station hot dogs and get a nice beard like that, I'll eat that shit every day. Anyway,
we got Eric Merrow from YouTube, Scott Hamilton from the Effects Loop podcast.
Oh yeah,
Tim Noack from Bardic Audio Devices, Tyler Rhines from Tyler Casey Riffs on Instagram, Matthew Fenslaw. Okay. We also have Michael Fenslaw.
Yeah,
we have Michael McVeigh, and we have Matthew Davis.
You got to make sure not to trip up on that one.
I know the way they set it up too. It's like we got some rearranging going on. I guess.
We got somebody. I think a new alias.
Yeah, we had a imposter in the group.
Yeah,
it was like it's like playing prop hunt. You ever played that? Where you're just like in the game, you're just like a prop in the scenery, like a glass of water you could be in. Like they have to find you in the game.
I never,
but it's like shooter games. They have that a lot.
You played Among Us?
No,
I don't even know what the hell that game's about.
Yeah, I've never played that. But anyways,
that's really big.
You could be an umbrella in this game, and they have to like know how many umbrellas are in the cafe. Mm-hmm. You know, you're like, what is it? And the things that you shoot, you get. If it's not the thing, you get a point deducted.
Nice.
So, but anyways, that's what it's like reading these names. Like, who is it?
The new alias
Among
there,
Us.
So you got to see who. Yeah. Who's the imposter?
Among Us. That's all I know from that.
Really?
Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll have to go watch some Among Us videos, and we'll go watch those on YouTube. But in the meantime,
boring as shit.
Yeah, we'll see you. Next week. Bye-bye.
See ya.